Hey guys, DibtheAwesome here to give you another Monster Legends Guides, where we talk about monsters' moves, their kits, their stats, all that jazz. Today we are looking at Roxen. Uh, Before we begin, I will say that I actually had to redo this guide. I made his guide like back. I never uploaded it. In fact, I never uploaded his brother's one for a long time. I'm actually not going to do a redone guide on him, on his brother and stuff like that because yeah, I just never like updated it. I think my opinions on him are the same, and he was never really changed at all. His moves are the same, his stats are the same, his kit's the same. It's just the same stuff. So I won't be doing another guide on Nick's story. It's gonna be pretty much like the dates of the when I made the video are gonna be different. I will say that. I'll put a link for the other video if you're interested in that too in the description. But yeah, we're gonna look at Roxen today. He's actually gonna be one of the better metal monsters to use in Monster Legends in terms of attacking. Explain why in a bit. But first, let's talk about his stats. And I guess another thing before I do that, though, he is like Pixie Line. He doesn't have any special damage moves, but he does metal and fire damage, and I think that's okay. I don't think he really needs to do I don't think he needs any special damage because he has moves to counteract with the stuff that he has dribble with. All right. This guy has a power of 3,531. It's lower than Metalhead, but not by much. This is still an okay power. Uh, yeah, I don't know why that was, that. Yeah. Um, this guy has 31,969 life. I do believe this is the highest life for metal monsters. He has a speed of 3,377. This is really slow. This guy does have really slow speed. Uh, and there is actually a few sets you may run, to patch that up. But yeah, the things you need to know about this monster is he has different kinds of damage. I mean, like he has two different kinds of damage, and he does a lot of damage. Uh, his his trait. I mean, like his nature is metal, and his trait is hardened. Yeah, that's all you really need to know about that. I've actually I've made a bunch of jokes about his name is Roxen Cox. I've made a lot of jokes about him like having the trait hardened. I'm gonna be chill for this video. I'm gonna be chill about it. I do think it's funny. Yes, it is very funny. But I'm gonna be chill about it in this video. Uh, Fuel tank explosion. This is a 70 damage AOE. This deals massive special damage to all enemies. Applies stam. It says shocked in days. It's not shocked in days. It's magnetized and oil grease. Uh, this is a great ultimate. uh, it patches. It goes well with his kit, which is all metal and fire based. It just makes everything more weak to his attacks, which is great. Uh, Scrap Law deals moderate metal damage, may stun target, requires cooldown. Don't run this move. It is a stun move, Grant. Don't run this move. It's not that great. Run his other moves. He does too much he does so much damage. You don't need the stun. You can run it. You don't need it. He's slow anyway. Don't even bother. He's too slow to take. Keep a monster alive with it. Don't run Scrap Law. Just don't. You don't need it. Crippling Cans steals low metal damage to all enemies. May magnetize all targets. Makes enemies very weak against fire and metal. Requires cooldown. I guess I don't know if I guess I skipped that. May magnetize all targets. May make enemies weak to fire. The most important you need to know is this thing is an 80% decrease in oil. I mean, like the oil grease is pretty much sticky lava. This works well in metal fire wars. In fact, if you go on in the attack and you use this move, odds are you win. It's just a lot of damage. uh, so yeah, that's all I need to say is run this move. It's one of his better moves. Run this move. Can detonation. This deals massive fire damage. Requires cooldown. Run this move too. You have to run this move. It's just too good of a burst move not to use, and it runs on a fairly low cooldown. It's only on a 1 turn cooldown. That's great. Metal Judgment deals massive metal damage, requires cooldown. Pretty much like Can Detonation, except metal. Run this move. This is the move you run besides Scrap Law, because this move does like a shit ton of damage. And odds are you'll kill something with this move. Especially if you do Crippling Cans first, you will for sure kill anything with Metal Judgment. It just does too much damage. Dum Dum Bullets. Deals moderate metal damage to all enemies. Requires cooldown. I will say, like, for Team Wars, don't run this move. Run combustion cans, but for everything else, run Dum Dum Bells. The 45 damage is, the common stuff and like that. But with combustion cans, it works well with his crippling cans. So combustion cans is your 30 damage, 3-turn cooldown, burning AoE. It's nothing too special. You see this on like a lot of fire monsters. It's nothing too great. But when you have like crippling cans, this is the same amount of damage. But as soon as you do that, everything's like it takes 80% more damage. Take that into account. This thing does a lot of damage. So for Team Wars, this is really great. Because no one's immune besides Timuron and like Totem. No one's immune to this sticky lava thing, or gas cans, or whatever you want to call it. Oil grease. Yeah, that's what you call it. No one's immune to it. Run combustion cans is great for Team Wars. It's great against nature monsters too, and all that jazz. It's just a really good move to run. Run combustion cans. This is for the Team Ward build. Run crippling cans, run can detonation, run metal judgment, and run combustion cans. You don't need Dum Dum Bells for Team Wars. You just don't. Everything else you do need. For the Team Wars set, the only thing that's different is not Team Wars set, the PvP set, and just everything else run Dum Dum Bells. You don't need to set up the major the special kind of damage to do much. Dum Dum Bells is more than sufficient in PvP and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just saying don't run Dum Dum Bells because in a lot of metal monsters have like immunity to magnetism, like the Zenyatta monster, or like Mechamancer has immune to magnetism. A lot of things have immune to magnetism. So that's why Dum Dum Bells isn't the most efficient option to do. You can use Dum Dum Bells in situations where they're not. You can do that. But in most cases, you want to run combustion cans. I'm saying in most situations. And the other situations where Dum Dum is better, obviously it shines better. But most situations, people may run a monster with magnetism, so bringing combustion cans to the fight, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So yeah, that's really for runes and stuff like that. The common build, 2 strengths and a speed. This guy has fairly good life. I don't even think it needs a life rune. I think it just needs 2 strengths and a speed, so it's not outrun by the massively fast speed monsters. In all honesty, this guy just needs 2 turns. He needs a turn to set up, and then he needs a turn to blow shit up. This is a good attacking monster. Again, I guess the common setup would be a Denier, Frostbite, or Cavenfish, Gaelic, Thedes. As much as I hate Thedes, and a buffer. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. You can even run 2 Deniers if you wanted. You could run 2 Deniers. That's literally all you could do. I mean, that's all you really have to do. This guy doesn't need much. He can literally run on his own. So as long as he's not denied, and so long he doesn't take a whole lot of damage. So maybe the new monster Frostwraith. I think 2 Deniers. I think if you have paired up with Frostwraith, it's just gonna be fucking terrifying. So yeah, I would say that I would recommend. I recommend 2 Denier. I would recommend the Denier and Frostwraith as a partner, because Frostwraith can actually stamina regen, and this guy would actually love stamina regeneration, because he uses a lot of stamina. This guy's very stamina hungry, and stuff like that. So pairing him up with something with stamina regeneration might be a good idea. Or locks, you can use locks. You can use anything works. He can do all the damage himself. You can do pretty much any. You can do the basic setup. You can do denying setup. Anything really. I mean, I'm not saying deny setup for him. I'm saying with the other 2 monsters, you can do pretty much a lot of things. He can do most of the. He can do all the damage. He does a lot of damage. But yeah, some people might not actually like this monster because it was the whole magnetizing ordeal. People are sick of setting up magnetism and then using a move. I will say in most situations it's not too great of a thing. It's not. In fact, all the monsters that can set up magnetism, I don't run it. I never need it. I have double damage buff, and then the 45 damage AoE is enough. Like they say, don't make the fight longer than needs. Don't kick the can as hard as as many times as I want to, just get it over with, kick it, and then be done with it. Uh, and in those situations, you don't need the setup, but like that's why the dum dum builds are better in PvP and stuff like that. But for everything else, combustion cans, you do want the setup. Like in Team Wars, you do want to set it up, just to make him overall effective. It's just really good. He's really good at bursting stuff down. And in some situations, if you need to kill like a specific monster, you don't even have to set up first. You can kill that specific monster first. You know, if they have like a damage buffer, you can do that. He has 275 damage moves. That's amazing. So yeah, that's all you need to know about Roxen Cox. He's really great. He doesn't need much setup, and he does a lot of damage. And that's really all I need to say about him. I'm DibtheAwesome. I'll catch you guys later.